That protein bar in your gym bag, the one you eat after a workout, keep in your car, pack into your kid's lunch, or grab because the wrapper says high protein, low sugar, or healthy fuel. It may not be as healthy as you think. Think about that for a second. Protein bars are one of the most trusted health products in America. They sit right between fitness, convenience, dieting, and busy modern life. But behind those wrappers lies a multi-billion-dollar grocery secret. The word protein hides a massive range. Real whole
A
food
closer look
ingredients,
reveals
whey
the primary
protein,
ingredients:
egg whites,
organic
plant
brown
protein,
rice syrup,
collagen
and,
blends,
of course,
fiber syrups,
cane sugar.
sugar alcohols, artificial sweeteners, palm oil, chocolate coatings, style flavors, and ultra-processed formulas.
The chocolate
that
chip
rely on
remains the most
shortcuts.
popular,
We
but let's
investigated
take a
10
closer
US
look at
protein
what's
bar
actually
brands that
inside.
millions buy every week. 7 of them raise significant red flags. Only 3 actually deserve a place in the cart. But stay with us, because the best pick is not the one most
While marketed
people
with
expect.
stunning outdoor
The
visuals,
safest
the
picks are
reality
not
is
always
that a
the most
single Clif
expensive,
bar
and
contains
this
20 grams of
investigation will
sugar,
change
nearly
how you
half the
shop
recommended
forever.
daily limit.
Before we
They
pull
promise
back the
low sugar,
wrappers,
but hide
you need
cheap
to know our
fillers. We
criteria.
found corn
Make it
fiber,
clear,
sucralose,
this
sugar
is not
alcohols,
medical
palm oil, and
advice.
artificial
This is a
flavors.
rigorous
Low sugar
label and
doesn't mean
product plan
clean.
investigation.
Premium Gym
We
Lighting
looked at
highlights the
protein
key
amount in the
components of this
protein
healthy
source.
snack:
We
isolated
checked total
protein,
sugar
artificial
and added
sweeteners like
sugar.
sucralose,
We
and a
scanned
hefty
for
dose
sugar
of soluble
alcohols,
corn fiber.
artificial sweeteners, syrups, binders, palm oil, and cheap fillers. We analyzed the ingredient list length and simplicity. We evaluated fiber claims versus actual ingredients, calorie count versus satiety, and price versus ingredient quality. Finally, we checked health branding versus actual label proof to see whether the bar behaves like a real protein snack or a candy bar with protein marketing. No single ingredient automatically makes a product bad. The investigation is about patterns, trade-offs, and whether the front of the wrapper
While it
matches
looks
the back
similar
label.
to the real
The
thing,
front of the
a
wrapper
closer
tells
look at the
dishonor.
label
The back of
reveals
the wrapper
artificial
tells the truth.
sweeteners like
Number 1,
sucralose.
Clif Bar. The Endurance Halo. It is widely trusted by hikers, students, workers, and active consumers. The active climber on the wrapper builds an instant health connection. It feels natural and energetic. But if you look closely at the ingredient list,
The first thing that stands out is this dense, candy-like coating. It's perfectly smooth, yet incredibly textured under the glass. We're investigating how close fitness branding has come to mimicking the classic candy bar design right here in the snack aisle.
A clean, everyday protein bar. For long endurance activity, these fast-digesting carbohydrates make sense. But as a daily healthy snack, the label suggests it is a sugar-heavy
While marketed
carb
as
bar
a
in
healthy
disguise.
option, the O1
Nostalgia
bar
makes
relies
us stop
heavily on
reading.
artificial sweeteners
That
like
feeling
maltitol
is
and
the product.
sucralose.
Number 2, Quest Bar, the low sugar leader. Quest became famous for high protein and low sugar, promising dessert-style flavors like cookie dough without the caloric penalty. But low sugar does not automatically mean clean. Many bars rely heavily
Under this
on
harsh
highly
light, we
processed
examine the pure
blends,
protein bar.
soluble
It promises
corn
high
fiber,
quality, but the
sugar
truth about these
alcohols,
industrial
and
fillers is
artificial
often
sweeteners like
overlooked by the
sucralose.
average shopper.
For some shoppers, the concern is not the protein number. The concern is what had to be added to make the bar taste like dessert without sugar. Real ingredient quality costs more. Something has to explain the price. The label is doing the heavy lifting, while the ingredients inside tell
You
a
might
much
think
more
this is fuel for your
industrial
workout,
story. Number
but
3,
look closely
one
at what
bar.
you're
The
really
candy bar
consuming.
disguise.
That's more than a
Dessert-style
day's
flavors
worth of
like
sugar
birthday
right there.
cake. One bar has captured the sweet tooth of gym goers. The wrapper is sleek, promising 20 grams of protein and only 1 gram of sugar.
When we look closely at the
But look
Gatorade
closely
bar's
at the
coating,
ingredients.
it's clear the
The
primary
bar features
ingredient
heavy
is sugar,
chocolate coatings,
rivaling that
palm
of a
oil,
standard candy
maltitol,
bar.
sucralose, and a long list of artificial binders. It looks, tastes, and eats exactly like a standard candy bar wearing fitness
If we look
brand.
closely at the label,
concern is
you'll
not that
see
it contains
35
protein.
grams of
The
sugar,
concern is that
mostly
many shoppers
high
treat it
fructose
like a
corn
clean
syrup.
health food because the number on the wrapper
While
is
marketed
big.
as wholesome
If you're still
protein,
watching,
a closer look
subscribe
reveals
right
the
now.
hidden truth:
Every week,
added
we
sugar
pull back
syrup
another label
binding
to
these
show you what
ingredients
is
together.
actually going into your cart.
While marketed as
You
healthy,
deserve to know
these
what you're
bars
feeding
rely
your family.
heavily on ingredients
Number
like
4,
corn syrup
pure
and
protein
palm
bar,
kernel
the
oil.
convenience trap. This is the affordable choice you see at Walmart, Costco, pharmacies, and gas stations. It is cheap and easy to grab, but the ingredient list reveals a highly processed formula relying on a blend of soy protein isolate, whey protein isolate, palm kernel oil,
A closer look at the
maltitol,
ingredients
sucralose,
reveals
and
whole grain
artificial
oats,
flavors.
crunchy
The
nuts,
texture can
and a
feel
touch of
waxy
golden
and
sweetness,
chemical. It is a
all baked
convenience
into this
play.
protein bar.
But
This is what
convenience
gives
is
the
not
candy
the
bar
same
its
as
structure.
clean.
a hefty
When a
amount
bar
of
is
soy
sold at a
protein,
rock-bottom
and,
price,
as you can
the
see, a
ingredient list
significant
is where they
drizzle
save
of
the
binding
money.
syrup.
The front
This
sells
is where the
trust.
KIN bar
The back
stands out.
reveals the trade-off.
Look at the whole
It is a quick
peanuts
hit
and the
of
rich,
protein,
sugary
but the price
binder
is
holding
paid
it all
in cheap
together.
industrial fillers. Number 5. Gatorade Protein Bar. The Performance Illusion. Gatorade is associated with elite athletes, teams, sports sidelines, and athletic recovery. Many shoppers assume this performance branding means the bar is healthy, but the label reveals a massive dose of sugar, calories, and processed ingredients. A standard Gatorade protein bar can contain over 300 calories and more sugar than a real candy bar, relying on sugar, corn syrup, and palm kernel oil to hold its massive structure together. It may be designed for intense athletic recovery, but for casual snacking at a desk, it is a sugar bar wearing a sports jersey. Protein is not the whole story, it is the hook. Number 6. Nature Valley Protein Bar, the Granola Health Shield. This bar relies on the outdoor, wholesome oats and nuts image. The
In a sea of sugary snacks, the RXBAR truly stands out. It's a clean label amidst the ultra-processed competition surrounding it.
Sugars, syrups, and a formula that is more snack bar than serious protein. It contains a relatively modest amount of protein, and the ingredients include sugar, palm kernel oil, and corn syrup. The nuts and granola visuals do a lot of trust building, making it feel like a more wholesome choice. The front sells health. The back reveals the engineering. It is a tasty snack bar, but the label suggests it is far from a clean protein source. Number 7. KIN Protein Bar, the clean-looking compromise. KIN looks more transparent than many competitors. The nuts are visible, and the packaging feels honest and simple. Some versions still use sugars, syrups, and palm kernel oil to bind the nuts together. They may not deliver as much protein as shoppers expect compared with actual protein-focused bars, relying on soy protein isolate to boost the protein count rather than keeping it strictly whole food based.
In a crowded
It is a
market,
better
the
snack
David
than a
bar
standard
stands
candy bar,
out.
but it is a
But is the
compromise
premium
that may not
price
always be the
justified by
strongest
what's
protein
inside
choice
the
for
wrapper?
serious fitness goals.
We're examining the
label is
texture
doing
and the
heavy
ingredient
lifting,
distribution.
while the nutritional
Note the
reality
uniformity here,
is more
suggesting a
balanced.
highly processed
Now, before we
matrix
reveal
despite the
three
visible
better
almonds.
picks, you need to understand the system. The U.S. grocery system is built in the language of compromise. To understand what you are actually buying, you must decode the names on the front of the packaging. There is a vast difference between a true whole food protein bar, an energy bar, a mainstream protein snack, a meal replacement bar, a candy-style protein bar, and a heavily processed fitness bar. Real food ingredients, better protein sources, and cleaner sweetening strategies cost more. Cheap syrups, sugar alcohols, artificial flavors, candy coatings, palm oils, and filler ingredients are cheaper. Many bars are engineered to solve a marketing problem. They need to taste like dessert, look like fitness, stay shelf-stable, and still claim high protein. The bar has to
Under the
survive
suspicious glare,
warehouse,
we
the
see
gas
brands
station,
loaded with
the gym bag,
artificials.
and the
But move to
Instagram
the
ad.
green, and the labels reveal a
front
commitment
sells
to
health.
cleaner, more natural
The
ingredients.
back reveals
Brings.
the engineering.
On the left,
Protein is
ultra-processed
not the
bars
whole
loaded
story.
with sugar and oil.
It is the
But on the
hook.
right,
If a
clean
bar is
labels
cheap
like
and tastes
RXBAR,
exactly like a candy
ALOHA.
bar,
A closer
it is
look
because
reveals
the
the truth.
manufacturer
We recommend
replaced real
focusing on
food
brands
with
like
industrial
RXBAR,
science. If
ALOHA,
you want
and
to keep
David,
reclaiming
which
your
use
grocery
only
card from this
natural
corporate
ingredients.
trick, hit
We
the subscribe
investigated
button
10
right now.
popular
We
protein
break down the
bars.
truth
While
behind
some,
everyday
like the
grocery
RXBAR
items
and
every
ALOHA,
single week.
passed the
Three
test,
more
7
brands are
others
coming
raised
up,
serious
and they
concerns.
show that real quality is
So when we
still
look
out there
closely,
if you
it's
know
clear
what to
which
look for.
ones are highly
Number 8,
processed
RXBAR.
and which ones are
The
actually
simple dark
clean.
horse. If you want a reliable, widely available protein bar that respects the classic definition of clean food, RXBAR is a strong starting point. The ingredient list is famously printed on the front of the wrapper: egg whites, almonds, cashews, and dates. There are no vegetable
Always
oil
check the back
substitutes,
label.
no
Many
cheap
brands
palm oil
hide
filler,
high sugar
no
content
sugar
in the fine
alcohols,
print.
and no artificial sweeteners. The sugar comes mainly
It's a
from
classic
dates,
supermarket
so it is not
strategy.
sugar-free.
The
But
front is
honesty
designed
of
to
the
sell you an
ingredient
idea,
list is the
while the
advantage.
back contains
It
the
does not
facts
hide
they'd rather
behind
you
a long
ignore.
chemical-looking label. The front and back of the wrapper are closer to the same story. Real ingredient quality costs more. Something has to explain the price. With RXBAR, the price reflects real food. Number 9, ALOHA Protein Bar. The plant-based
This healthy protein bar is coated in sugar and surrounded by artificial sweeteners like erythritol. Are these ingredients truly better for us? A closer look reveals the highly processed nature of these ingredients, a blend of isolates and artificial crystals designed for the low sugar loophole.
Mysterious sugar alcohols or harsh chemical sweeteners. They rely on a cleaner protein blend of pumpkin seed protein and brown rice protein, sweetening their bars with organic tapioca syrup and monk fruit. While you should still check the sugar and calories depending on your specific diet needs. Compared with candy-style bars, ALOHA feels more aligned with a real health food expectation. It is a premium product and the price reflects the quality
Sports
of the
recovery,
ingredients.
or just more sugar.
Number 10. David
This
Protein
bar
Bar.
contains the equivalent of several spoonfuls of corn syrup and sugar.
Positioned right alongside the candy, these protein bars are designed to deceive the average shopper.
Protein to calorie ratio without relying on the traditional list of artificial sweeteners or gut-disrupting sugar alcohols. It represents a newer type of protein bar built for high-performance.
It's the ultimate
fitness,
showdown
still
at the
values
checkout
clean
counter.
ingredients.
The athlete
However,
versus the
no brand
indulgence.
gets a blank check.
But which one is
You should
truly
still
worth
check
the
the
price?
exact flavor and label because formulas can change, and depending on your needs, some bars may be more calorie dense than others. It is worth checking, but it stands as a
The
much
difference is
cleaner
clear.
alternative to
We found
mainstream
7
fitness bars.
cubes of refined
You do not
sugar
need
in
to
this bar,
memorize every
compared
brand
to
in
the
the
clean
supermarket to
ingredients
protect
right
your
here.
family. You just need to run
We
a simple
assume
aisle
these
test.
snacks are
Next
healthy,
time you shop,
but when you
turn the
look
package
closely at the
around.
ingredients,
Look at the protein
you might be
source.
surprised
Is it
by
real
what you
food
find.
like egg whites and nuts, or is it soy protein based? Check the total sugar and added sugar. Watch for sugar alcohols like erythritol, maltitol, or
These
sorbitol
investigation
that can
notes
disrupt
reveal the
digestion.
shocking
Watch
truth
for
about the
artificial
sugar
sweeteners
content
like sucralose.
hidden in this
Look for
so-called
syrups,
healthy
palm
snack.
oil, palm kernel oil, hydrogenated oils. Count how many ingredients are recognizable. Ask if the bar looks like food or a chemistry project.
The modern
Compare
snack
the
aisle is
protein number
dominated
to
by
the
these
calorie
brands,
count.
but our
Ask
investigation
whether
into
this is a
Clif,
workout
Quest, and Pure
recovery bar,
Protein reveals
an
some
energy
surprising
bar,
truths about their
or just
ingredients.
dessert
In
a
our
gym
investigation of the
outfit.
protein
1 minute
aisle,
with the
the
back
results
label
were
can tell
stark.
you more than 10
These brands
years of
earned a
fitness
green
marketing.
check, but
We
many are highly
investigated 10
processed.
U.S. protein bar brands. 7 of them proved how easily the word healthy can be stretched, relying on sugar, vegetable fats.
We're comparing the big
sweeteners,
three,
and fitness
Pure
brands.
Protein,
3 of
Gatorade,
them
and
offered a
Nature
better
Valley.
path,
Which one actually
prioritizing
delivers on
real
its
ingredients,
promises?
clean plant-based protein,
Looking closely
and
at the
transparency.
ingredients,
Before
Kind
you buy
relies
the
heavily
loudest
on
wrapper,
whole nuts,
the biggest
while the others
protein
use a
number,
cleaner
the
blend of
cheapest
powders
box,
and dates.
or the dessert flavor that sounds too good to be healthy. Turn the package around. Your body is not a place to dump cheap corporate fillers. Choose real ingredients, support transparent brands, and take control of your pantry. Subscribe to ShelfProof so you never get caught by a label again.
Are these
We
protein
expose
bars
these
truly
supermarket tricks
healthy?
every single
We put
week.
them under the
Drop a
microscope
comment
to
below
find
and
out
tell
what's
us
really
which
inside.
protein bar is sitting in your gym bag right now. Stay sharp, stay healthy, and keep rising.